Oh, 7 days to Christmas. I better get started. Hi, I'm Paul Marcel. This project video is going to be a little different than the other project videos that I've done. This is kind of an idea I've been wanting to tinker with, and this project here is just perfect for it, so we'll give it a try as our first inaugural version of it, and you can let me know what you think in the comments. Basically, this is going to be a no-comment build. What that means is I'm going to be working on this project. You're going to see it in high speed, some slow speed sections, some close-ups, some far-away shots, all that crazy stuff, and you won't have to listen to these birds that are chirping away like crazy in the background. But there's going to be no commentary. I'm not going to have any comments of my own. I'm not going to put any captions, nothing like that. It's just going to be the project going in. I'm not even going to tell you what I'm making. So the idea will be just, watch it. You'll see some little things go by, and you'll be wondering, well, what's he making? I think that's part of this or that. And actually, along the way, that might even give you some ideas of some projects that you might like to do. Just because, if you guess wrong, well, that might be something that you would actually like to do. Because not everybody's giving their mother a grain elevator like me. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. So let me turn the camera onto the project and let's get some progress on this thing. Hope you enjoy. this is a no comment build, but I thought I'd add a little bit of commentary about the box itself and sort of the build process, why I did it the way I did it. Now, the idea of these no comment builds that I had before was I'd like to do it for maybe some small shop projects, right? There's no reason to break down some shop project. You can just do it in high speed and people can pick up things along the way, get ideas of what you were building, and it makes it a little bit more visually entertaining than me droning on about something, anything. Now, in the case of this box, the reason why it was a no comment build is I really didn't have very much time before Christmas in order to make this for my mother. So I just thought I'll just flip on the camera, we'll roll it, we'll edit the whole thing into a video that just goes kind of quickly, and then we'll see where we get. And actually, even so, dealing with the camera and the close-ups and stuff like that still took a lot of extra time. And I was thinking I might have been closer to on time had I not been doing that, because it's after Christmas already. So even though it was after Christmas, I did have fun giving it to my mother. I gave it to her in a box with all the parts in it, so they were all cut, and some of them were glued together and such, and she had a fun time actually. She opened it up, she goes, "Oh, I have no idea what this is." She puts the box down and starts assembling it like a puzzle. So, and surprisingly, she guessed right on a lot of where the moldings go and things like that, so I was pretty impressed. So it made for a very fun present to give, unassembled. And then now that I've got the finish on it and everything else, after a long week of middling, as I like to call it, the box is all ready to go for today. Now, to explain a little bit about the box, the motif for the handle that I put here on the top is a Canadian maple leaf that's sort of tipped onto its side so that it's a little bit more decorative to me in that way. That was one of the first times I've ever tried to carve something in relief like that, so that was interesting to do. I figured this might add an extra week delay to what I was trying to accomplish, but it came out all right, so I'm happy with that. My mother's Canadian, so that's the reason for the maple leaf, and she actually likes a lot of the maple leaf motifs in a lot of her decorations and such. Now, the box itself, I know that she wants a box like this that she can put out decoratively that'll have room for cards, like cards that she got from my dad before he passed away. And, this has got ample space for lots of cards, so that'll be just perfect for it. And I hope it's decorative enough. Now, the box itself has, besides this top compartment that you see here, something that might have thrown you off while you were trying to figure out what I was building was seeing the magnets and the brass rods and things like that. Those are hiding down here, so I got this sort of cabin latch that you just give a little tug and then the board comes off, and then inside you've got a nice hidden compartment. Now, you're not going to be able to put a lot of stuff in there, but I figure some small pictures or things like that, it would be kind of nice to hide them in the box so that they're not readily accessible except to the people that know. The one thing I thought of after I did the design using the magnets, which was not part of the original design, is that it does limit the weight that you can put in there. So you can't put, if you have some small miniature anvils, you can't put those in there. Now, the design itself is not mine. It's a design that Charles Neal came up with. He did this as part of a Lumberjacks challenge, I believe in October-November timeframe, and then he produced a set of videos for his guild on how to build it. He kind of rushed those out so that we could get it done in time for Christmas, and now he's got those on DVD. So part of the reason also why this was a no comment build is I'm not really going to take somebody else's paid content, do the build, and then explain it all over again. That would just be, I don't even have to explain why that's wrong. So if you like the box and you want to be able to build it, he's got fantastic instructions on there, 100 ways to accomplish any one of the steps. And a lot of other ideas. Some of the ideas, I did do some modifications to the way the thing was built, and a couple, like carving the handle, that was my own addition, whereas his is more of like an Asian style handle. How I did the panel raising up here was done a little bit differently. But overall, with all the options that he's presented in that video, you can pretty much come up with a box on your own. But it was a fun build. It's now that I've done one, if I wanted to do a second one, I think it would go a whole lot faster, because there were some things where I realized that just timing wise, I thought putting them in order A, B, C was good, but it turns out I could have shuffled the order and been done a little bit faster. But that always happens on a project like this. So today I'm going to be delivering it a little later on this afternoon. I'm going to tuck a box of truffles inside the top of the box here, so that that makes up for the lack of, that it's about 7 days late from Christmas. That's okay. She'll get over it. That's why you make things like this for your mom. You can be late. She's okay with that.